In just a matter of hours, the young man investigators say killed his parents, his brother, and his two sisters could be in court here in Albuquerque.
Plus, the sheriff is set to tell us more about Nehemiah Griego. This is the 15-year-old who's now facing 5 murder charges. News 13's David Janero is live outside the Bernalillo County Juvenile Detention Center, and that is where that young man is. And David, we're already learning some very disturbing details about all this.
Well, you're exactly right, Matt. This criminal complaint that we got from investigators says it all, and it even shows how, or rather displays how Griego confessed to killing his family. Now, as you said, a lot of the details in here are very graphic. We're going to give you a tamed-down version this morning. Now, sheriff's deputies say Nehemiah Griego told them he was upset with his mother and feeling homicidal and suicidal on Friday night. So he grabbed his parents' rifle from their closet and killed his mother, brother, and 2 sisters. Then he waited for his dad to come home Saturday morning and shot and killed him too. Then Saturday night, deputies say Griego reloaded 2 guns, put them in the family's minivan, and planned to start killing random people at a Walmart and die in a shootout with police. But instead, he told his girlfriend what happened and went to Calvary Church, where his dad used to be a pastor, and a security guard ended up calling for help.
I've been to homicide scenes. I've never seen a scene quite like this. No.
There's no other way to say it except that we have a horrific crime scene down there that we're working on.
You have to stop and wonder what made him go off the way he did. What do I have to look for in our kids?
And of course, Nehemiah Griego is expected to make his first appearance in court later today. Matt, back to you.
All right, thank you for the heads up on everything this morning, David. The district attorney does plan to charge Griego as an adult. If he is convicted, a judge will decide if he's sentenced as an adult or a juvenile. That would make a huge difference in how long he'll spend behind bars. As you can imagine, this story is creating an awful lot of talk of gun control up at the Roundhouse. It's where Greg Griego's brother, Eric, used to be a state senator.
That's right. The Senate had a moment of silence for the Griego family yesterday. Then they started talking about gun control. Sheriff deputies say Nehemiah took a .22 caliber rifle and an AR-15 assault rifle from his parents' closet and used them to kill his family. What they don't know is if the guns were locked up. Now, some legislators want a law that makes parents lock up guns.
Everything is on the table. So not only just the fact that we would be looking at gun ownership, gun issues, gun regulation, but also gun safety issues, which can be technological.
Putting more laws on the books doesn't necessarily address solving the problem. We want to make sure that constitutional rights and the rights of law-abiding citizens are protected.
Now, although there is much debate, lawmakers agree that the state and country needs to do more to keep guns away from mentally ill people. Starting at 10 this morning, we will be streaming the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office news conference that they are going to hold live on KRQE.com. You can also find complete coverage of the case under the Griego Murders tab on our website. And of course, stay with News 13 on air and online for new developments as they happen. Also on the table this legislative session is a concealed weapons proposal by Roswell Republican Zach Cook. The measure was introduced in the State House last week, and it would expand a 2010 law that only allows concealed handguns in restaurants that serve beer and wine. Cook's bill would make it legal to carry a concealed weapon into bars or restaurants that have full liquor licenses.
Gay marriage will be one of the hot topics at the Roundhouse, possibly as soon as today. Representative Brian Egoff, who is from Santa Fe here, is proposing an amendment to the state's constitution, making the state recognize same-sex marriages. If both the House and the Senate pass this, it would go to the public for a vote. It would not force churches to perform same-sex marriages if that's against what they believe. Well, funeral arrangements are now being made for a popular politician here in New Mexico who is known as Fabulous Fob. Fabian Chavez Jr. died Sunday at a senior living center in Santa Fe. He was 88 years old. He was a state legislator for years, and then back in 1968, he ran for governor and lost by just 3,000 votes.
In court this morning, the trial of the alleged Arroyo molester is expected to wrap up today. The judge will hear final testimonies from each side. Prosecutors plan to rest their case as they try to prove Janero Sandoval sexually assaulted an 11-year-old boy in an Albuquerque Arroyo in 2003. Last week, a forensic biologist testified that he had no doubt DNA collected from the boy's shorts matched Sandoval's. Defense attorneys say that there were problems with the crime lab at the time. Detectives are hoping that anyone with information will give them a call today concerning how a 6-year-old girl was shot while she was sleeping. She is continuing to recover from the shooting that happened yesterday around 4 a.m. in Carlsbad. Officers say someone fired at 2 homes on the same street, shattering windows and putting bullets in holes, or bullets in doors, I should say. The little girl was hit in her right forearm and fortunately will be okay.